Thank the member for Nichols. The question is that the proposed expenditure be agreed to. I call the member for Bullwinkle.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise today to support the appropriation bill for the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry. The Albanese Labor Government and Minister Julie Collins are committed to a strong and sustainable agricultural sector, one that continues to grow, back regional jobs and support communities right across Western Australia and beyond. Agriculture is the backbone of our regions. It drives our exports, underpins local economies and feeds our nation and other nations. Since coming to government, we have been delivering for farmers and producers, strengthening biodiversity, boosting the workforce, opening new trade opportunities and supporting more sustainable farming practices. And let's be clear, Labor is the party for farmers, and we know it has been a tough period. Across WA and across the country, farmers are facing extreme weather, rising costs and ongoing uncertainty. On top of that, global instability, including the conflict in the Middle East, is putting enormous pressure on supply chains, including fuel and fertiliser. And that creates real concern for farmers, fishers, freight operators and the regional communities that rely on them. That is why the government is acting, supporting these industries now while investing in their future. Speaker, when we came to office, agriculture was worth about $88 billion. Today, it's forecast to exceed $100 billion in this financial year. That's 4 years ahead of the National Farmers Federation 2030 target. And that growth is being driven by strong trade. Since 2022, we have delivered 272 market access outcomes, opening new markets, improving export conditions and restoring lost opportunities. We have repaired relationships that were neglected for nearly a decade and secured the removal of trade barriers worth $20 billion, including restoring trade with China. We are strengthening ties with India, implementing our agreements with the UAE and expanding opportunities right across our region. For WA producers, that means more markets, better prices and more certainty. But we also know farmers cannot take advantage of these opportunities if they're under pressure at home, and that is why we've taken practical steps on fuel and fertiliser supply. We are underwriting purchases to secure supply, releasing fuel stock holdings and supporting the import of critical fertiliser like urea. We are working closely with industry to ensure supply keeps flowing and that farmers have what they need to keep producing. Speaker, for WA, drought resilience is absolutely crucial. This government has invested more than $1.3 billion in rural support and drought preparedness. We are delivering the new drought resilience hubs, including in southern and northern Western Australia, connecting farmers with the latest science, technology and expertise to prepare for and respond to drought. We are also backing with real financial support, including concessional loans and drought hardship assistance, so that farmers can get access when they need it the most. At the same time, in WA, we are supporting communities through the transition of the live sheep exports by sea. We understand how significant that change is to our West Australian farmers, particularly in my electorate of Bullwinkle. And that is why we have committed almost $140 million to help producers, transport operators and regional communities plan for their future. Through this transition funding, we are supporting farmers to diversify, invest in new opportunities and strengthen their long-term viability, while helping transport operators adapt and continue contributing to the regional economies. And finally, Speaker, food security remains one of our most important responsibilities of any government, and Australia has a world-class food system, but we cannot take that for granted. And that's why we're developing Feeding Australia, a national food security strategy to ensure that our food systems remain strong, resilient and prepared for future challenges. And behind all of this are the people who make our ag sector what it is, our farmers, fishers and regional communities. We know the pressures that they are under, we know the challenges they face, and we're backing them because this government will always have their back.
I thank the member for Bullwinkle. The question is